Welcome again to FLED Community Governance and Leadership Induction Program, Module 3. In this part 2 of Module 3, we are taking a look at the first 100 days leadership roadmap. First 100 days leadership roadmap. Sometimes you hear those in government, they say first 100 days. First 100 days has become something that public office holders celebrate. Now, for you to be able to celebrate that, let it not just be mere celebration or mere remembrance. You need to have a roadmap, a clear roadmap that will enable you accomplish something and have something tangible to show that in the first 100 days after your swearing in, this is what we have done. To enable you navigate that part, I'm going to work with you, establish a roadmap that will make it easier for you to get something done within the first 100 days. So let's begin by saying that the first 100 days establish the tone of an administration. The first 100 days of any administration establishes the tone of that administration. Within that first 100 days, more than about 3 months thereabout, you should be able to set up your executive. So let's take it as it concerns Community Development Association. Rather than rushing into projects, the leader should first of all build strong foundation. Say, without foundation, strong foundation, you'll be building on sand. So what are the things you should do? Phase 1, that's day 1 to day 30, the first 30 days. What are you supposed to do? Listen, learn, and organize. What are the things you need to do? Understand the Constitution. You're going to be working with the Constitution. Understand the Constitution of the association you are going to lead. Receive formal handover note from the past executive. Receive formal handover note. Let them give you documented operation of how they led, so you can use it in the work you want to do. Very important. Number 3 thing is meet previous leaders. Meet with them. Discuss with them. Meet with them. Let them tell you their challenges. And let them tell you where they succeeded and where they failed and why they failed, so you can learn from them. Meet with them. Review finances and records. The thing they have submitted to you, review the finances they have and review the records that they provide to you. Understand if there are any ongoing projects, because sometimes people government or leaders, they jump into their own project. They refuse to continue project that their previous leaders or administration started. That is not good for community. So review if there are any ongoing project. If it's something you can continue, you need to review it, take a look at it, and don't just abandon it. Understand the situation of that particular project. Meet key stakeholders in the community, key stakeholders in your community. Meet with them, particularly if there's need to do that. Build team among your executives. Build team among your executives. Get your executive to understand each other. We are not saying make friends. You don't have to be friends, but you need to understand why you're coming together as Community Development Association leaders. We are not saying all of you will be friends. And the question you should be asking yourself then during these 30 days, what kind of institution have we inherited? Within these 30 days, you need to understand the type of institution, the type of association, the type of union you have inherited. You need to understand it, because if you don't understand it, you will not be able to know how to move forward. So that's phase 1. In your phase 2, that is 31 days to 60 days. The next, that's in 60 days. All right. So what are you going to do? Assess and plan. What activities are you supposed to carry out? Conduct community needs assessment. What do you mean that? Take a look, ask what your community actually needs. If you're interested in community development, conduct what you call community needs assessment. What does our community need? Identify development priorities. Review your finances. Develop committee work plans. Develop committee work plans. When you form committees, develop work plans for the committee. During this period, people may not even see what you do, but you're working, internally working. Could be paperwork, could be consultations, could be information gathering. Engage the youths and women and elders. Engage the youth. Find out what they need. Find out their challenges. Make inquiries. Don't just think that this is what they need. Make inquiries and establish communication systems, communication channels, by which means are you going to be communicating with the people you want to serve. Establish those things. So this is what you do in the first 60 days. Then in the next, between 61 days and 100 days, that's phase 3, what are you going to do? Begin responsible implementation of a few things, such as launch quick impact initiative. Launch a quick impact initiative. That means what particular thing can you implement in 30 days? Improve transparency of your operations. Strengthen member engagement. Maybe you need to recruit more members, or you need to get more members interested in the activities of the association. Maybe before now they were moribund, they were not interested. Begin to find a way to interest them, get them involved in what is happening in the association. Now, introduce regular reporting. You may choose to be reporting activities every month. You may choose to be reporting activity every 2 months. You may choose to be reporting quarterly. So develop a reporting system for your organization. Then you may begin leadership development initiatives. Start thinking about leadership development initiatives for use as the leaders, for the community, for the youth. Begin leadership development initiative, then establish monitoring systems. Monitoring system is, if we say we are going to do this, how can we be sure that we did it? Because it's not enough to say we are going to do this. You have to be sure that there's a way to check whether you did it or not. So if you follow this, there will be some visible outcome. Visible progress will show with long-term sustainability. So what we are saying, in the first 100 days, you don't have to build a school. You don't necessarily have to build a school, but you can use the first 100 days to build your foundation. So community leadership is very important or useful or relevant if the leaders take time to think, take time to learn, take time to observe, and take time to plan. So we are going to be dropping for you a few things that are very important for you as you move to the next level. And that include, now, each of you will have to complete the 100 days leadership plan action that have been sent to you. The 100, each of you will complete your 100-day leadership action plan. It has been sent to you before. In it, you'd identify key governance improvements, development priorities, institutional reforms, your own personal leadership commitment. Make your own personal leadership commitment. And we encourage you to share your commitment with your group. This will enable you to create mutual accountability. Say, this one say, I will do this. This one say, I will do it. Then you can use the opportunity to checkmate yourself. So you say, we're going to do this, you have not done it. Then you encourage yourself, support yourself. So question for you. Why do many competent people avoid community leadership today? This is a question. I'm having a few questions I want to ask you, and I want you to think about it. Why do many competent people avoid community leadership today? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what support should every community development institution or union or association provide to its volunteer leaders? What type of support do you think that your association should provide the leaders to enable them to serve well? Now, how can executives avoid burnout while remaining effective? How do you overcome, or how do you avoid burnout while still remaining effective? Number 5 question I'd like to ask you, we'll discuss it, is what legacy should every executive aim to leave after completing his tenure? As we round off in this class, in this leadership training program, there are a few takeaways I want you to have. Number 1, volunteer leadership is an honor and a public trust. Now, institutions have a duty to support volunteers with appropriate tools and systems. Accountability and transparency protect both leaders and the communities. Sustainable leaders or sustainable leadership depends on strong institutions, not heroic individuals. Heroic individuals are those who are in the executive or in the community who like to do something to be seen as the one who did it. They are heroic individuals. So communities are not sustainable by the presence of heroic individuals. They are sustainable by strong institutions. As the first 100 days should establish the culture, as I said, the first 100 days should establish the culture, the systems, and priorities that will guide your own tenure or your administration. In closing, we leave these leadership principles for you. FLED leadership principles. We say volunteer leadership is sustained not by sacrifice alone, but by institutions that value, equip, and support those who serve. I'll repeat. Volunteer leadership is sustained not by a sacrifice. I sacrifice myself for my community. It's not sustainable. You can sacrifice yourself to death. So sacrifice is important, but that's not enough. Sustainable leadership is sustained by institutions that value you, that equip you, and support you to serve. So communities thrive when volunteer leaders are inspired by service and support